Hello everyone, this is Ashley Jamerson coming to you from Charlotte, North Carolina. And today I want to talk to my homeowners out there whose house did not sell the first time around and discuss what if my house does not sell, even though this is a hot seller's market. First of all, this can be a very stressful situation, and I know that you probably had plans to move on into a new home or maybe relocate or downsize or upsize. So this is really throwing a wrench in your family plans. But don't fret, I do have some tips and some things for you to think about. First and foremost, the first showing happens online. So if the pictures are not the best pictures possible, if the home is cluttered, if there's things everywhere, if they're dark, if they're dingy, then there really is no reason for a buyer to request to see that home. I know that that can be a little disheartening because these are your things. This is your house. You love it, but the goal is not for you to love it, but for future homeowners and buyers to love your house. You want to draw them in. So definitely declutter, depersonalize, clean up, spruce up, fix up, all the things you typically hear and you don't want to hear, but because this is a little bit impersonal, I'm telling you to clean up your house, okay? There's been many times where I've been looking on the MLS and like I know the neighborhood, or there are multiple offers on a house just down the street and like, why is this house still on the market? Why didn't it sell? And I look at the pictures and there's literally a dog or unmade beds, or the pictures are dark or they're blurry, or I guess the seller's agent didn't take care in listing the property. They didn't take their time. They didn't approach it professionally. So maybe have a conversation with your listing agent to see if they can revise the photos, especially if the season's changed. This is June. There should be no reason why I see, you know, winter bare, fall bare trees in listing photos at this point. You should definitely revise those photos. So definitely think about that. Look at how your home is presented online, because again, that is the very first showing. Secondly, did you make it hard for the buyer's agent to show your property? I know that we all have lives. I juggle 2 kids and work and everything like that. But if we were to sell our house, we would have to pretty much have it available for buyers to view it. So you can put a 1 hour or 2 hour lead time or required lead time for showings. But definitely don't do anything like showings only available Friday and Saturday between 10 and 12. What happens if that person works 11 to 7 or has kids softball practice, or they are on like a flag football team or something like that and they have practices or games? You really want to make your home easy to show. So be willing and flexible to leave. Even if you work from home, shut down your computer for 30 minutes and let people see the house. Number 3 is try to avoid using the words sold as is in the description unless you want to put the idea out there that your home needs work. If you didn't know, the offer to purchase and contract here in North Carolina automatically states that every house on the market is sold as is. Every single one of them. They're sold as is, and when they close, they have to be in current condition or better. You don't necessarily have to make repairs, but that is definitely something to think about, is your wording. And when you draw people in, I know that a lot of first-time home buyers are pretty terrified of moving into a home and then it requiring a lot of repairs. So if you put sold as is, they're immediately going to think that there's something wrong with it and that they do not want to deal with repairs. So refrain from using that term. Another example is noting what school district you are in. Whether you feel like the school district is amazing or terrible, people still need to know what school district. And a lot of searches are driven by the schools. No matter what your personal beliefs are about them, they're driven by the school. So let's say that someone wants to be in the Audrey-Cale, is how you say it, the Audrey-Cale school district, and they tell their agent that, and the agent does a search for them because that's the only homes they want to see. Now if you have unspecified, your home is not going to show up. I know that a lot of agents know neighborhoods and they will specifically send neighborhoods or send homes that pop up in those neighborhoods that they know for sure are there. But make it easy for buyers agents to discover your listing by listing the schools that are there. If you are on the MLS and you notice that the realtor did not list the school, ask them why and ask them to revise it. And basically, if they give you pushback, I mean, fire them. Another thing is that a lot of people who are moving from an apartment or from a townhome or moving from uptown into their first home, they're not only buying the home, but they're also buying the community. So make sure that your realtor highlights the community. Does your community have an awesome pool? Does your community have one of those cute libraries where you can go and trade out books instead of going to your local library, or even your kids can go and do that? That's like so cute when there's like kid books in there. Are there walking trails? Is it commutable to a very desirable restaurant or shopping area? What else is really cool about neighborhoods? I mean, is it, you know, they want to know about the neighborhood that they're moving into. So definitely highlight the pros and cons, even if it's not an easy peasy like lake community or waterfront property. If there's a lot of parks, a lot of picnic areas and playgrounds and things like that, then active people and active families will be attracted to that. So definitely consider highlighting the neighborhood, the community, around the house, and make sure your agent does that as well. Do not discriminate against FHA and VA loans. I've noticed a lot recently, and this goes back into agents that are setting up the portal search for their clients. They'll put in FHA houses because maybe they're approved for an FHA or VA loan and they can only use that type of loan. Well, if your house will approve for FHA, then why don't you have FHA listed? You are completely losing a whole stream of buyers that would possibly want to purchase your home. So definitely cash. I mean, obviously you would want cash buyers to come. FHA 203K, if you know your house needs a little bit of work, let that be known that that's an option. If your home is in a USDA area, definitely list that. A lot of people are loving the USDA program. I'll link a video above about the USDA program. If it's conventional, of course, well, that's like a duh loan option. But FHA and VA, do not forget those. If your home is in fairly good condition and it's move-in ready and doesn't have mold or heating and AC problems and has the necessary appliances like a stove, then go ahead and list FHA and VA. Don't minimize the amount of buyers that will be attracted and want to live in your home and in your neighborhood. Okay, so last but not least, I want to talk about your realtor's sphere of influence. Like, it's a really good idea, if you're not getting any activity on your home, to revisit the people that your agent knows. So is your agent on YouTube? Is your home on YouTube? Do they have a personal website? Do they have constant activity to their website? Do they have an e-blast to their pipeline? Do they have an e-blast set up for local realtors who work and sell in their area? Do they have social media presence? Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, business page. Are they active? Do they have followers? Do they have subscribers? You really want to cast a huge net because you really want your house to be out there, again, to attract the right buyer for your home. So take those tips to heart. If you would like for me to come by and see why your house didn't sell, maybe give you some tips on staging and sprucing up and cleaning and pricing, and possibly talk about my marketing strategy, definitely visit my website, search704.com, and leave me a message. Or you can get an instant price valuation. You don't even have to talk to me. Just go to ashleysellmyhouse.com and type in your address, and then you will get comparable properties, a range of what your house could possibly sell for, and then I'll reach out to you in a day or two just to see how you feel about that price and possibly schedule a time for us to sit down and get your house back on the market. Because every house sells is all about marketing strategy, pricing, and how your home is represented represented, how your home is represented, and how many people see it. That's super important. So I look forward to talking to you soon. Don't forget to subscribe to my tribe. Bye.